Facts you probably didn't know that Jaws,
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
when was initially released in 1975, over 67 million people in the US went to see this film, making it the first summer blockbuster. Originally, Dick Richards was chosen as the director, but he was fired after showing producers and studio executives an opening shot in which the whale, instead of the shark, emerged from the water. The producers refused to work with someone who did not know the difference between a whale and a shark, and Steven Spielberg was hired instead.
Facts you probably didn't know about Jaws: The Revenge? Movie critics stated that the film was a disaster, but Michael Caine famously implied, won an Oscar, built a house, and had a lovely holiday. Not bad for a flop film. He was paid $1 million for 7 days of work in the Bahamas, and the schedule was so tight that the producers couldn't spare him for the Academy Awards, where he won Best Actor in a Supporting Role for Hannah and Her Sisters. Facts you probably didn't know about Deep Blue Sea. The registration plate obtained from the shark's teeth in Deep Blue Sea, about 9 minutes of the film, is identical to the one found on the tiger shark in Jaws.
Facts you probably didn't know about Interstellar. This Christopher Nolan's epic science fiction blockbuster brought $4.4 million in 10th anniversary re-release, continuing its incredible box office success. Did you know that in National Treasure, when John Gates is telling young Benjamin Gates about the treasure, he says,
They knew they had to make sure the treasure would never fall into the hands of the British. So they devised a series of clues and maps to its location.
The entire plot of the film focuses around keeping the clues and treasure away from Ian, Sean Bean, who is British. This is also one of the few films where Sean Bean's character does not die. Did you know that in Breaking Bad, creator Vince Gilligan decided to end the series in season 5 because he didn't want to make the same error as many popular shows do, running their shows too long till the quality decreases. Did you know that in The Doors,
Come on, baby, light my fire.
the surviving members of this legendary band believed that Val Kilmer performed such an excellent job playing and singing as Jim Morrison that they couldn't tell the difference between his voice and the actual Jim Morrison's? Fact you probably didn't know that in I Am Legend. Will Smith became fascinated with his dog co-star Abby, that he attempted to adopt her once filming was completed, but the dog's trainer refused to give her up. Facts you probably didn't know about The Matrix. The first action scene of the movie required 6 months of training and 4 days to shoot. Trinity's costume was handmade using cheap polyvinyl plastic because of the considerably lower budget, and also Neo's coat wasn't made with a high-end cloth. It was a wool blend purchased at $3 per meter. Did you know that in The Prince of Egypt,
Ramesses! Let my people go!
the story was changed to make it suitable for an animated film? Here is how the film and the biblical story of Exodus differ. 1. Pharaoh's daughter, not his wife, adopted Moses. 2. The Egyptian slave master was murdered by Moses, but the terms used in Hebrew imply that this was not done intentionally. 3. Aaron supported Moses from the start and even assisted in the performance of several of God's miracles. 4. Aaron, not Moses, transformed his staff into a snake and changed the Nile's water to blood. Facts you probably didn't know about Moana 2. That began as a television series in 2020, with plans to air on Disney+, but after it was successful, in February 2024, the series was adapted into a movie sequel. The first trailer earned 178 million internet views in the first 24 hours, the second highest of any Disney animated picture.
Facts you probably didn't know about Big Hero 6. The film is set in an alternate timeline, following the 1906 earthquake in San Francisco, where Japanese immigrants rebuilt the city by applying methods that allow flexibility and resilience during seismic disasters. As reconstruction was completed, due to its combination of American and Japanese styles, the city got the name San Francisco.
Facts you probably didn't know about photorealistic remake of The Lion King. Director Jon Favreau has stated that there is only one real shot in the entire film. There are 1,490 rendered shots created by animators and computer graphics artists, and only one single shot that they actually photographed in Africa to see if anyone would notice, and it is the first shot of the film that begins the circle of life. Facts you probably didn't know about How to Train Your Dragon.
Welcome to Barrack.
This is the first official live-action version of a DreamWorks film, and Gerard Butler repeats his role as Stoic from animated version How to Train Your Dragon. The cast is British, Irish, and Scottish, although Mason Thames is the only American actor in the movie.
Facts you probably didn't know about Man of Steel. Henry Cavill declined to take steroids to prepare for the part. He also declined to have any digital touch-ups or enhancements done to his body in undressed situations. He stated that it would have been dishonest of him to utilize lies while playing Superman, and that he wanted to push his body to its limits, developing a body fit for the character.
Did you know about Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone? J.K. Rowling handpicked Alan Rickman for the role of Professor Snape and gave him special instructions regarding the character. Rowling further provided to him important elements about Snape's past, which were not revealed until the final volume. Facts you probably didn't know that Christopher Walken stated in an interview that he has never turned down a role. In his 35 years in film, he has acted in over 90 films, believing that making movies, whether they are good or horrible, is always an exciting experience. His portrayal in The Deer Hunter is ranked among the 100 greatest performances of all time. Facts you probably didn't know in Blink Twice. When Frida is browsing through Polaroids of people who have visited Kings Island, there is a man who resembles the infamous Jeffrey Epstein, a businessman with significant social and political influence who was exposed as an abusive sexual predator by the media in 2005. In 2019, he was arrested and charged with conspiracy to sexually trade minors. He died in his detention cell, just 1 month after being arrested. His death was officially judged a suicide by hanging, but he has been the focus of numerous conspiracy theories, including the possibility that he was killed.
Facts you probably didn't know about Under the Skin. The men who were seduced into the van by the alien figure played by Scarlett Johansson weren't actors. Director Jonathan Glazer had cameras placed inside the van and didn't tell the men until later that they were in a movie. Facts you probably didn't know about Only the Brave.
We never say goodbye. I'll see you on the side.
The movie was inspired by the actual events of the fallen 19 firefighters of the Granite Mountain Hot Shots crew from Prescott, Arizona. The Arizona Division of Occupational Safety and Health's commission found that the country's fire authorities intentionally prioritized property protection over safety and should have evacuated crews sooner, blaming the state's forestry division for the death of the 19 firefighters. The event resulted in a more than $500,000 fine from the commission. Facts you probably didn't know about Die Hard.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful. Since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
In the scene where McClane goes down a shaft, the stuntman had intended to catch the first vent, but he slipped and kept falling. Still, the shot was used, and it was blended with another in which McClane grips the second vent as he falls.
Facts you probably didn't know in Ghostbusters. That in the middle of the film's initial run, to keep interest going forward, the filmmaker broadcast a trailer that was basically the advertisement the Ghostbusters used in the movie, but the 555 number was replaced by a 1-800 number, allowing viewers to really phone in. Callers received a recorded greeting from Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd saying something along the lines of, "Hello, we're out catching ghosts right now." They've received over 1,000 calls each hour, 24 hours a day, for several weeks. Facts you probably didn't know about Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. Keira Knightley was only 17 years old when the movie was created, therefore her mother went along with her to all of the shooting sites. The names of the 3 main characters are all related to birds: Jack Sparrow, Elizabeth Swann, and William Turner, who was a famous ornithologist. The name Barbassa is inspired from the historical Turkish pirate Barbarossa, also known as Redbeard, who was a pirate in the Aegean and Mediterranean waters before becoming Fleet Admiral of the Ottoman Empire Navy. Facts you probably didn't know. Transformers was originally created by the toy manufacturer Hasbro in association with Takara Tomy of Japan. The first live-action Transformers movie was released in 2007, directed by Michael Bay, who also directed the first 5 films. The Transformers films often show famous places across the world, from the pyramids of Egypt to the streets of Tokyo. These movies take viewers on a global journey. The success of the Transformers has resulted in the creation of a shared cinematic universe. Transformers franchise have continuously performed well at the box office, attracting audiences from all around the world, and have grossed more than $4 billion globally.